have to think about this one. I'm gonna have to. I already have one. I have one that I know for sure. Diggle has asked me who is on my Mount Rushmore for baseball nicknames. I have one for sure off rip. The first one is absolutely going to be Crime Dog for Fred McGriff. That's an unbelievable nickname. I love it very much. Um, Crime Dog Fred McGriff. That's absolutely gonna be that one. Let me let me pull up a list. I'm gonna pull up a list of some. I'll pull up a list of some of the more famous nicknames because I have options, but I need the visual of seeing them next to each other so I can sort of debate where I want to put these. But Crime Dog Fred McGriff is absolutely going to be up there. Um, let's think here. Let's see. I will say as well. I will say as well. Baseball reference. If you guys ever want to have a really fun, um, if you guys ever want to have a really fun time, go on Baseball Reference and just look at some of the just wild nicknames they attribute to players. For example, if you go to Nolan Arenado's baseball reference page, one of the nicknames he has listed is Sandblaster. When in your life have you ever heard that? Right? When in your life, when in Crime Dog, comma Fred McGriff? Yes, the Crime Dog, comma Fred McGriff. That was a filthy pitch by Merrill Kelly, but Phil's got to run back. We're going to the third. Um, Separate the nickname from the player. Just separate the nickname from the person. All right. This is tough. So, uh, we're gonna dig way back into history. You have to say three finger for Mordecai Brown, right? Mordecai three like three finger. Yeah, it's separate the artist from the art. That's it. Don't get me started on that one. We. Um, Mordecai Three Finger Brown has to be on this. Has to be in the top four, right? Because that's what everyone knows him as. No one just calls him Mordecai Brown when you're talking about him. I don't want to get pigeonholed into that because I'm not putting Big Poppy for David Ortiz. Um, or am I? Because it's like, is it the funniest ones? Because if we're doing like the fun ones, we can go back and dig into, the because wasn't one of Lou Gehrig's nicknames like Biscuits? I swear. Hold on. Yeah, it's Biscuit Pants. That's one of Lou Gehrig's nicknames. Um, Also, I want to make this abundantly clear. We cannot have this conversation include Japan because there are, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, hundreds of nicknames of Japanese players that demolish. They absolutely demolish any nickname we've had in the United States. They are so cool. And I highly encourage you to take some looks there. Ooh, Oil Can Boyd, Cool Papa Bell. Cool Papa Bell. Babe Ruth has to be on this too. Speaking of black players, allegedly. Should I say allegedly? That's a rumor. That's like not proven about Babe Ruth, but I'll drop that, I guess. So, okay. Babe Ruth has to be on here. Vlad the Impaler is Vlad Senior's. Okay, this might have to be 10. This might have to be 10. Yeah, yes, Peyton. Peyton, you are going to get me kicked off, bro. That's when I have you as the guest, so you can say that one. Right? That's what we should do. Everybody like the live if Peyton should have to join as a guest and say the joke he just made. Don't do that. It's not gonna happen. I'm not letting that happen. We will get kicked off. Um, See, like the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas. That's such a great nickname if you know the story. Willie Mays, say hey. What? Okay, there was a guy named Arlie Latham. His nickname, this dude played in the 1800s. His nickname was the freshest man on earth. The freshest man on earth. I want you guys visualize with me for a moment. You're already a professional baseball player. Oh, you walk into a bar after winning a big game. You know, you go 3 for 4 with a couple doubles. You have a nice day at the office. You arrive at the bar. Why does my nose itch every time I go live? You arrive at the bar, and the bartender goes, "There he is, the freshest man on earth." That is sick. I can't do Mount Rushmore. We can't do 4. I have to step in. We have to go. Just heard an awesome Big Hurt story at work. Condense it down to like two, no, you can't. You can't condense it down to like 2 sentences. I wish you could. Um, I have to do top 10. I have to do top 10, and you guys can be mad if you want. I got. We're gonna write it out. We're gonna write it out. These are not going to be in order. These are not going to be in order. Uh, Prime Dog, Fred McGriff. That's on the list for sure. Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, also on the list. Um, Man, this is hard. This is really hard. Bailey, hello. We're doing top 10 nicknames in baseball history. Um, I'm gonna go. Hello. I love your profile picture. Is it because you're stressed about the game? Bailey's a Phillies fan for the viewing audience. Bailey, if you have any nickname suggestions that you feel are worthy of top 10 in baseball history, yes, yes, that one will not be on it. The joke one is great. I will say the big hurt for Frank Thomas. So far on this list, we have Crime Dog Fred McGriff, the Wizard of Oz Ozzie Smith, and the big hurt Frank Thomas. That's that's 3 of the top 10. Um, All rise. We're not doing. Aaron Judge is not making it. I promise you, it's not. I'm gonna give an uncommon one, or one people might not know. Mike Hargrove's nickname was the Human Rain Delay because of how long he took in the batter's box. The Human Rain Delay is absolutely on my list. See, we're at 4, and I feel better about this. All rise kind of is. Um, I'll put Big Poppy for David Ortiz. I'll put Big Poppy for David Ortiz. Kenny, that's a great story. He seems like a really nice guy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but um, I could be wrong, but I mean, he seems like a great guy. Obviously, except for the one time he stepped on that guy's foot. Um, all right, Peyton, settle down. But yeah, Kenny, if you want to name drop, you can name drop. No one's gonna judge. We're literally doing let's name some guys right now. There we go. And now we go to B-Ref. Does he have a cool nickname on B-Ref? That's what we're about to find out right now. Jerome Williams. Does he have a nickname listed? First of all, insanely cool that he is from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm cool with the move to 10, but we have to include some active players. Yeah, but like, who's gonna have who active has a nickname good enough? I don't mean to be disrespectful. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, like Mad Max for Max Scherzer. That doesn't move me. It's a movie reference. JV. Initials aren't nicknames. Like you're not gonna. I don't know if my dad's here. Dad, come here. We're doing a segment right now. You can. If my dad's off camera. We're doing top 10 nicknames in Major League Baseball history. I was asked to do Mount Rushmore. I'm like, I can't because I had Crime Dog, Wizard of Oz, Big Hurt, Human Rain Delay. Like we're already at 4 there. I was like, Big Poppy's got to be on there. Do you have? We're not doing Hawk, Andre Dawson. So I know that's the other one you're gonna say. My dad's a Cubs fan. Um, do you have any other ones you'd like to submit that you can think of off the dome?
Three Finger Brown.
I said Three Finger Brown's got to be on there because it's one of those nicknames everybody calls him that. That's how good the nickname is. It's like Big Poppy. Like everyone calls him just Three Finger, like, or I mean, they know his name's Mordecai, I guess, but like, yeah.
I mean, in 1912.
Human Glitch is a good one for Jimmy Harker. They're saying if we expand it to 10, I have to include active guys, and I'm like, who's active with a good nickname? You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is just like shortening, like Salvi Perez. That's a nickname, but like that's just his name. JV Mad Max, like unless he's facing the Phillies. Bringer of Rain is it. Well, I'm not doing Josh Donaldson. He has a much funnier nickname. I'll write out the word because I won't say it out loud. Um, his nickname instead of Bringer of Rain from the Tim Anderson incident, it's Bringer of that instead, which I think is hilarious. Um, Showtime for Otani. Yeah, I guess if we're gonna, I'll do that. I'll include that. Are you just were you just saying hi?
Yeah.
I'll be in here if you need anything. All right, thanks. I've always liked the big unit for Randy Johnson. Yeah, but I'm being asked about active.
Frank Thomas, Big Hurt.
As I said, Big Hurt's already on the list. Love you, Dad. That's my dad. Um,
Rhino.
oh, Rhino, Ryan Sandberg. That's not bad. That might be on the list. That's in consideration. Um, all right, hold on. Hold on here. I will. I don't even want to say begrudgingly about Otani, but I will include Showtime. Um, to check off the active player requirement that I've been given. And then we'll get back to Jerome Williams as BREF. Um, do I have this written down already? I don't yet. Babe for Babe Ruth and the various nicknames. Um, Penny, no, look at my hat. We're not doing any. No, I'm not. I get the Javier Baez nickname. I think holds a lot more juice when he's actually playing well. You know what I'm saying? I was a really good defender this year, but like it's hard to be like, wow, El Mago when you have a 650 OPS. That's hard for me to it's really hard for me to be like, wow. Um yeah, like Bob Feller's nickname was like the heater from Van Meter. Like that's a crazy nickname. Um Nothing was cool about that year, Kenny. So many bad things happened in that year. Um oh my gosh. All right. I'll also say you guys probably don't even know this guy's first name. Jim Hunter, aka Catfish Hunter. So I'm gonna put Catfish Hunter on there because no one even really knows. I have an immense dislike for Pete Alonso. It does work. Um, it's not a bad nickname, but my top 10. There's personal bias. Oh, Mr. Smile for Lindor. Is he called that enough though? That's the other thing we have to take into consideration. It can't just be. That's why I'm not gonna put like the heater from Van Meter because people just call him Bob Feller. Um, you are not doing well at separating name from player. Yeah, I know I'm not. Let me cook though. Let me cook. Much like catfish, let me cook a little bit. It's Kid with like four eyes, Peyton. Or it's the Millville Meteor, but no one calls him that. Wait, and I wish they did because that is a very vintage nickname that I think is really cool. But he's not called it enough. It's a cool nickname. Also, Kenny, yes, like but if we did that, I'd just be going back to like the 30s. Because or the 50s. Like Sandy Koufax's nickname is like the left arm of God. You know what I'm saying? That's a sick nickname, but no one calls him that. Um Stan the Man is great, but it's a little too simple. I will say Willie Mays. I'm gonna put Say Hey Kid on there though. We're at eight. We're at eight now. We got Crime Dog, Wizard of Oz, Big Hurt, The Human Rain Delay, Big Poppy, Showtime, Catfish, Say Hey. We got two more spots here on this. We have two more spots on this. Brian, thanks for popping in. For those of you that are just checking in now, we're doing top 10 nicknames in Major League Baseball history. And as we've been talking this out, I think the parameters I'm establishing, it has to be a nickname that they were actually called. And if I don't like the player personally, they probably aren't on there. I make exceptions though. Big Poppy's on there, for example. I like the guy. He played against my team in the World Series twice. Okay, all right. This is the second person to say Oil Can Boyd. I think he has to take a spot. I think he just has to take a spot. That leaves one more. So again, I'll give a brief refresher. These are not in order. We have Crime Dog Fred McGriff, Wizard of Oz Ozzie Smith, Big Hurt Frank Thomas, The Human Rain Delay Mark Hargrave. Number 5, it's not in order, I just how I have it written down. Big Poppy David Ortiz. 6, Showtime Shohei Ohtani. 7, Jim Catfish Hunter. 8, the Say Hey Kid Willie Mays. And the last spot we have so far is Oil Can Boyd. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we have the last spot, and people might not know this. I'm sorry to say for everyone. I want to make sure I get the name right. I want to make sure I get his name right. Yeah, some great suggestions. Is that Gabriel Moreno's burner? Look at that username that just joined. That might be Moreno. You got a game to play. That's like when we had Bryce Harper, but not Bryce Harper on our live. Um, I don't know how many of you guys know this. It's Denton True Cy Young. The last pick has to be Cy Young. It has to be Cyclone Young. The pitching award is named after a nickname. I don't know how we missed on that. But Cy Young is the Cy Young is the last spot. I appreciate it. So, summarize so Peyton can clip this. I was asked in chat the 10 best nicknames in baseball history. The 10 best nicknames in baseball history, in my opinion, in no particular order, are as follows: Crime Dog Fred McGriff, The Wizard of Oz Ozzie Smith, Big Hurt Frank Thomas, The Human Rain Delay Mark Hargrove, Big Poppy David Ortiz, Showtime Shohei Ohtani, Jim Catfish Hunter, The Say Hey Kid Willie Mays, Oil Can Boyd, and Cyclone Young. There we go. I feel good about that list. And now I could be wrong, and obviously there's going to be some omissions. I would have loved to have put the machine for Albert Pujols. Thank you, Kenny. I'm a little surprised it took us that long to remember the award. Literally, the Cy Young Award is a nickname. Also, I will say this: his middle name, not nickname, is just True. Denton True Young. Cy is the nickname. Can't believe it took us that long. Oh, you didn't even know? Yeah, because it was Cyclone.